So this is my very own Sinclair ZX Interface 2, as you can see from the box. If you don't know anything about it, as you can see from the description, it was a way of adding joystick ports to the Spectrum, and it also had a ROM port for you to plug games software that came on ROM, so it would instantly load. Now, I never had any of the ROM cartridges, and I would imagine they're as rare as hen's teeth now. But let's get it unboxed. Let's have a look at it. The box is still surprisingly in good nick. But there, yeah, see on picture of the back, an example with a ROM cartridge plugged in. Let's get it open. Trying to be as careful as I can because I really don't want to rip this box. There we go. Let's get the box out of the way. Sinclair. Upside down, let's spin it over. Instructions. A little bit of detail on how to program it. So unlike the Kempston joystick, which worked differently, the Sinclair implementation was exactly the same as pressing keys on the keypad. So I think the details on the instructions there, but if you pressed left, it did 5 or something other, depending which port it was plugged into, and so on and so forth. So it just sort of like emulated key presses. Now, we've got a cover missing there. There's a cover there for the second part. Probably need to clean those. And then here we have, if you can see, let's just zoom in a little bit. So we've got the interface for the ROM. And this just quite simply plugs into the back of the Spectrum, which I'll show you. Let's move out of the way a second. I'll bring my Spectrum in. We'll just zoom back out. And so we've got the connector on the back of the Spectrum here, and it's just a simple case of lining it up and pushing it in, and that really is it. Obviously doing it with the power off, and then the joysticks simply plug into there. I don't have any specific Spectrum joysticks, but I've got a couple of Atari ones which I'll give a whirl in a bit. So let's get it all connected up and let's see if it works. Probably want a bit of a clean up with some deoxit to begin with first. Let's do that. Right, so let's get the cover off. Move that safely out of the way. That looks filthy in there. Bit of a stiff brush. I don't know how effective that'll be. I'm hoping I won't need to take it apart, but if we do, we do. How's that looking? Yeah, it's looking a bit better. Let's see how it goes. I won't worry too much about the ROM port for now. To be fair, it looks very clean anyway, doesn't it? Right. I think the best thing to do is get the Spectrum connected up and let's plug it in. Plug a joystick in, see what happens. Right, so here we go again. Well, I've got the TV connected up, I've got the interface plugged in, and I've got one of my Atari joysticks plugged into the interface. Now let's see what happens. That's a good start. Right, so if I start moving the joystick, what we should get is key presses appearing on the screen. So that's left, right, up, down, fire. Now, if I swap the ports over, carefully doing it, so onto the different part now, should get different numbers. 7, 9, 8, and 0 for 5. So that's working. That's brilliant. Let's put a game on. Let's see how it goes. So I had a bit of issue with my other Spectrum. There's a problem with the audio in port, which I'm going to have a look at. So I've set it back up again, exactly the same, but I've just swapped it for my old Spectrum. So let's give it a whirl anyway. Get the full experience of loading from tape. Right, there we go. So, as you can see, as it was quite normal for most software back in the day, you had the option of different joystick interfaces. So obviously this one is the Sinclair. So if we press 4, I'm hoping now that this should work. So the idea is to shoot your way through these doors, I believe. Going back to me now. The joystick works perfectly. Oh, missed that one. Really don't want that bird to release. I can't remember if you have to regenerate your power or something by shooting these so you can then shoot through the barrier. Nearly there. But the joystick's working perfectly. There we go. You've just left the hall of the dynamic, whatever it said. Well, I hope you enjoy that anyway. That's a success, isn't it? So, if you liked it, give us a thumbs up. That's appreciated. And see you in another one.